So hey there everybody, and welcome to a new channel, Generation X Tech. This channel is brought to you by Arizona Drone, which is our primary company. We do drone flights for a lot of different customer types. But recently I've been seeing all over YouTube, start a new channel when you're over 40, start a new channel when you're over 50, start a new channel when you just started walking as a toddler, just start a new channel. I thought it was kind of interesting because I've been thinking about doing a new channel on YouTube myself called Generation X Tech. So this is the beginning of Generation X Tech. If you can't tell, I am a Generation Xer. And yes, I read the book, and no, I didn't enjoy the book. So that was back in grad school. And, back in college, back in grad school, we do stupid things like read books that don't appeal to us. So what are we going to be doing here? We're going to be talking about all of the technology that we've come up with as Gen X. The boomers are getting up there in years, and so are we now. So if we're over 40, over 50, we are getting to that point where we're looking back now at all the crazy things that have come about during our lifetimes. Now, for me in particular, I'm very interested in mobile technology. I was a wireless network design engineer for years. I was around when the first digital PCS calls were being made in 95, 96, when we were first getting a look at digital telephony instead of analog telephony. And there are some massive changes, and those massive changes have impacted our lives. Now, let me tell you about the studio here right now. So this is another part of the Gen X tech. I have a small phone that I can use as a TV, as a wireless communications device. This phone that I have in front of me, an iPhone, does it all. It's incredible. So you want to go do some filmmaking, you can. You want to communicate with people on the other side of the world, you can. And if you want to download movies and sit up and binge Netflix, you can. All of that came about during our lifetimes. Now, for me specifically, back in the early 70s, that's when I was born, and I grew up with rotary dial phones before we got the touch tone phones. We had the first wireless home phones, those big bricks that we carried around that would only work for about 15 to 20 minutes. They were awesome. And then we got into the digital PCS world, and it all flipped upside on its head. When I was working for AT&T Wireless, I remember one meeting where we were talking with our marketing group. I was there representing engineering, and the marketing group wanted phones to be able to send text so that people could start communicating in text on their phones. At first, I thought, this is a terrible idea. This is a phone that I have. I could use it to call you instead of text you. But I had it all wrong in early 2000, and texting became a huge thing. And that's all of what we've grown up with and the technology that we've seen. Now, I have an entire production studio here with an iPhone, a couple of LumeCube LED lights, and I've got a little tripod stand here, and we're connected to a Mac Studio M1. And so we're actually recording to the Mac Studio, and I'm recording from this little lavalier here that hooks to my wireless Rode microphones, that's received by my wireless Rode on the other end, plugged into the phone slash camera, and there we go. We're doing everything. I could actually put up a second camera over here and have it controlled as well. So as a matter of fact, for anybody who's been living under a rock for too long, that was the iPhone 12. So I have more than one line. What can I say? It's for my small business. But bottom line here, this small amount of technology, you could go out and cover news stories. People do that now. You could go out and photograph family and friends in beautiful locations, and people are all doing that now. It's become super commonplace. But where we started as Generation X, we started out with those rotary phones, and I'll never forget them. And I'll also never forget network busy signals where you can't talk to grandma and grandpa on Christmas Day. That always sucked. So, all right, everybody, this is a brand new channel. I want to hear from you. What tech should we cover? What Generation X toys and productivity items can we cover together? Please feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section, and we will take all suggestions and see what we can do to bring you more information about all that technology that Generation X got to be part of and at the start of, which was absolutely amazing. I was in my 20s when we first built out one of our networks for Sprint PCS in New England, and I was actually in our mobile switching center when we actually made the first digital PCS call. You know, I didn't think it was such a big deal that day, but looking back, it was a huge task, monumental. We had a great team working together, and we also leveraged this tech beyond just, you know, bringing it to you, the folks who are utilizing the tech. We were all utilizing the tech too. Sorry, I will stumble over words here. This is not scripted, but I do have usually a little bit of information for myself to keep us on track and also to keep us under 15 minutes. I know we don't like being around too long on YouTube, but we're going to keep these 15 minutes or less, or we'll clip them and cut them up, but normally I think we can keep it constrained. So I hope you like the idea of the channel, and I hope that you'll tune in to see how this goes and how this grows.